What's up, CFM? This is Coach Matt with our Tuesday workout. We're gonna hit our squat strength day, followed by some core and accessory work that you can take to whatever level of intensity that you want to. And speaking of that, the whatever level you want to, I want to talk about where we're at on percentages for our squats and for our presses and for our deadlifts. Every time we go through an 18-week strength cycle, I want you to try to index those numbers upward just a little bit, even if you did not 1 rep max, right? Or even if you did not set a new max. The only reason I wouldn't do that is if I had not been consistent on my dates and my times of coming to the gym. I just didn't get enough of those days in that to earn some improvements in strength. But the point is that over time, we need to continue to progressively add weight to the bar in order to continue to adapt to more and more challenges in order to continue to get stronger. So you don't work out essentially to stay the same, right? We work out to get different. And in order to get different, we have to work out different. We have to add a little bit more weight to the bar on a periodic basis as we go through it. It does not mean you have to 1 rep max. You can continue to get stronger without ever doing another 1 rep max, but you do need to progressively add weight to the bar on the movements that we do. And obviously there's a limit to this. There's a point at which it takes so much work to add just a tiny little bit of weight to the bar that you may be fine lifting a relatively similar weight and just doing different rep schemes, and that will keep your interest and keep you doing it. And the most important part is that you're doing something like that. You do not have to continually build to unbelievable heights of strength in order to get a lot out of the program and in order to enable you to do what you want to do in your time outside the gym. So unless you're a professional powerlifter and this is your life and this is all you ever want to do is squat really heavy, I encourage you to be a little bit risky with what you do, right? Get outside your comfort zone, try to lift a little bit more, but don't put so much pressure on yourself that if you don't hit your numbers, then you felt a big fail for the day, all right? And I hope that's not too ambiguous. Like, I want to push everyone, but I don't want anyone to feel like they have failed because they didn't hit a percentage that they should have hit on that certain day, all right? There's a little explanation on how we do our percentages. So we're gonna have that, set up that bar today, and let's see what you can get for those percentages that should be just a little bit more than what they were the last time around, right? So begin the workout with some jumping jacks, 25 reps. Then I want you to get your mini band on, and I want this to go around your legs, beneath the kneecaps, right? And flat on your skin. Round 1, I want you to do side to side, facing the same direction both times. We're going from the front to the back and back. And then on round 2, we're gonna go forward and then reverse. And at all times, I wanna see feet about shoulder width apart or wider, knees bent, hips set back, shoulders behind, or hips behind the shoulders. So we're in that good athletic position the whole time, all right? When we finish that, we're gonna get our light kettlebell and just do a little windmill, right? So make sure that watch is turned around, feet pointed away from the hand that's holding the kettlebell, sliding down the inside of that front leg and trying to keep the weight distributed relatively evenly between the feet, right? Both knees stay bent for that one. Next, we're gonna get our band and we're gonna do a little band complex. So start off with Romanian deadlifts. When you finish the RDLs, stay in that bottom position and go into the bent over rows. And if you need to take a strap out from underneath your feet, in case that's a little bit too heavy, right? But get those rows in. And then the last one is just setting up our bar and getting a set of barbell back squats in, progressively going up. So round 1 could be empty bar, round 2 work up to like 40-45%, and then round 3 you can be into your percentages that are built into Sugar WOD with a superset, right? And that's where we go for the beginning couple rounds of our 18-week cycle is a superset. So today it's going to be front foot elevated split squat. So front foot is up on top of an object. It could be a low pad like this, or it could be a plate. And we're trying to push the knee as far forward of the hip as we, or of the ankle as we possibly can without letting the heel come up off the ground. And then the next one is our seated heel slide. So for this one, I would take your shoe off so that you can slide your foot along the ground, posting the hands next to your butt. And we're just trying to pull your heel all the way to your butt, trying to keep it off the ground and really squeeze as you get towards your butt. And this position can get relatively challenging, but where you should feel it is in the hip flexor and in those inner groin muscles right there, okay? And that's how we're counterbalancing the squat that we're doing for today. When you get done with all the squats, we're gonna do a medicine ball and core complex. So get your light medicine ball. I have the 8-pound one right over here. Ladies use the 6s. Nobody should be doing, I mean, maybe you could do the 15, as long as you can move it explosively and get your hips into it the way we want to, then you can do the 15, but I'll say the prescribed weight is 8s and 6s for this one, all right? So we're gonna start off with our 50 rep circuit, right? We'll begin with a stagger stance facing away from the wall, or 90 degrees away from the wall. And this is gonna be a rotary slam, right? So I'm starting on my outside pocket. I'm gonna initiate by rotating the hips and then releasing the ball, right? So full speed, it's like hips, ball. And I wanna see you try to throw that ball through the wall, right? We're gonna get 10 reps on each side. Notice that my outside leg is slightly ahead of my inside leg, right? So that is so that when I pivot, that I'm in a good stagger stance when I finish. So I'm getting 10 reps on the stagger stance. Then I'm gonna face the wall for the next 30 reps. And I'm gonna go from the outside pocket, again to the wall, again trying to rotate hips into the wall before I release. And I'm keeping that ball nice and low. So the ball should never go above about my sternum. So somewhere between belly button and sternum the whole time. The last 10 reps, we're gonna bend the knees, get down to that athletic stance, elbows up overhead, and we're slamming overhead. And I want you to feel that in your core. Feel the demand of when I extend my elbows, my chest wants to come up and my back wants to extend, and you flex those abs to prevent that from happening, okay? The next one is gonna be either V sit-ups or GHD sit-ups, your choice. But for the V sit-ups, make sure you're getting up off the ground. Get your whole body and your torso up off the ground. Even if you can't quite reach your toes, make sure you're balanced up on your butt for it. Next one we're gonna do is some either band hamstring curls or Nordic curls, your choice. If you do the band hamstring curls, we're gonna do 12. If you do the Nordic curls, you only have to do 6. And you will feel why when you do those. But either way, I wanna get hamstrings nice and toasty on these, right? So don't be afraid to get way away from the rig, and don't be afraid to use one of the heavier bands for this, and try to get your heels all the way to your butt and get a good squeeze on that band before you let go of it, okay? And then the last one is going to be a sandbag side shuffle, right? So on the sandbag side shuffle, you can hold the sandbag any way you want, but I want you to be in an athletic stance while you're doing it. And all we're doing is staying down low, pretending like you're in a room that's about a foot shorter than you are tall, and you've got to stay low and move to the side 40 feet in each direction. And I don't want to see racing or jumping or your both feet being off the ground at the same time. I want you to move it slowly, about the same pace that you do the monster walk, side to side, and staying low when you do it. 3 rounds through for quality. And obviously the faster you go, the less breaks you take, the more intensity you get out of that. All right, that's it for today. Hope you guys had a great one. I'll see you for our workout on Wednesday.